Alrighty boys, so in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different to the normal videos here on my channel where I do rankings and tier lists and gameplays and whatnot that you guys most likely see here on the channel. I just want to talk about Season 7. This is going to be a lot more laid back of a video. It's just going to be us talking, me talking to you guys. I want you guys to get in the comment section down below and let me know your thoughts and opinions on Season 7. That's what we're going to be talking about, the goods, the bads, of Season 7. What did I like? What did you guys like about this season? What did you guys not like? I'll be telling you guys what I didn't like about this season, breaking down all of the promo drops, which drops I thought were good, which drops I thought were bad, talking about Tuesday content, talking about the playoff spotlight sims that we got in Season 7, talking about, of course, the events, because that's one of the main things that has been happening in 2K. And we did get, I want to say 3 events, right? Or at least 2, because we got the Summer Festival, the Festival of Champions, and also the NBA Draft Festival. So talking about everything that has happened in Season 7, what did I like about it, what did I not like, and also give you guys my ranking and rating. Do I think it was a good season or a bad season at the end of the video? And I want you guys to let me know as well, did you guys enjoy Season 7? Would you say it's a good season, a bad season? And give me a ranking out of 10, what you guys would rate this season. So let's talk about the newest thing, and let's talk about festivals, right? Because I will say, my short answer to our festival is a good thing in my team, and I will say yes, but there is a added context when it comes to our festivals and our events good for my team, and have they been good in Season 7. So I think right here, the NBA Draft Festival and the Festival of Champions have been 2 incredible events and 2 incredible, stuff to be in the game. Really have enjoyed both of these festivals, and I'll give you guys my explanation here in a second. Now, the festival that I did not like very much was this Summer Festival. I think it was executed poorly. I thought the cards were honestly very bad. I mean, if you look at the Dark Matters, Michael Finley, he was okay. DeAndre Ayton, he's okay. Baron Davis was kind of mid, and Jared Wallace is okay as well. If you compare that to the Festival of Champions, Cedric Maxwell, top 5 shooting guard in this game. Richard Jefferson, top 10 shooting guard in this game, right? Robert Horry, very good Galaxy Opal, solid Galaxy Opal, solid pink diamonds, solid diamonds, and then even the 100 overalls like Serge Ibaka were very good. So to me, the Festival of Champions in the NBA Draft had so many better cards, like the Dark Matters in here, like Kenya Martin, Bob Lanier, amazing. And they actually made cards like Larry Johnson accessible for free, no money spent. You could get, if you went all in on Ralph Sampson, you could have got this 7'4" card at the power forward position, an absolute beast, for completely free. And we'll talk more about the NBA draft here in a second, and which festival I did like the most. But talking about these events, I think it's a good thing. But what I will say is there needs to be better content around these festivals. These festivals and events, in my opinion, should not be the main and sole focus of my team like they are right now. Now, the NBA playoff spotlight sims going alongside it was really good. That was great free content, and to talk a little bit about the playoff spotlight sims. Obviously really liked this concept. You started with the pink diamonds, then we moved on to the winning teams with Galaxy Opals from the winning teams, Dark Matters from the next winning teams in the conference finals, and then in the NBA finals we got 2 really good 100 overall cards, especially Miles Turner. And then Shea is a great point guard in this game, definitely in the top 5-ish when it comes to the best point guards in my team, and an extremely fun card to use as well, being its invincible SGA for completely free. So again, having stuff alongside the events would be an absolute W. Now, I think where 2K really needs to fix and what 2K really needs to work on in Season 8 and going into 2K26 is the Tuesday content has to be better. I think if they had better Tuesday content, if they had more content throughout the week, whether it's coexisting with the event or whether it's actual content in the event daily, and we'll talk about that here in a second because they have done a better job with that, but Tuesdays have to be better. To me, in Season 8, for example, whatever cards we get should be grindable, whether it's an equal chance pack, whether it's an option pack, or whether it's just grinding for the cards. So obviously, if we look at Season 7, we would get like Kevin McHale as the Invincible. We would get like 100 overall. I want to say that was the same week that we got Elgin Baylor, but I could be wrong. Or is that John Stockton? I don't remember. But anyways, what they should do is if they're going to drop 4 cards, right? They're going to drop, let's say next season, it's a GOAT, Invincible, and 200 overalls. Let's just say that's what it is, right? I don't know what that's going to be, but what they should do is they should have you grind challenges every single Tuesday for those 4 new cards. There's challenges to grind, and then there is an equal chance pack between the 4 cards. That at the bare minimum. Now, if you want to do an option pack and you get to choose which card you want, I could also understand that as well, because it is July pretty much when Season 8 comes out. Like, it's obviously tomorrow, June 27th, but by the time Tuesday rolls around, I believe that is July 1st, but I could be wrong. I think that's July 1st, right? So we're going into July. You know, if you want to give out free go cards every Tuesday, that would be okay with me. But even if it's just an equal chance, and that's what they could have done for this season, right? If they had Kevin McHale, John Stockton, and the 2 Dark Matters like Rick Smith and I think it was Mike Conley. I believe that was the last week of Tuesday drops, or maybe no, I think it was Sean Kemp. I think it was Sean Kemp, John Stockton, Rick Smith, and Mike Conley. There should be grindable challenges, you know, every Tuesday. So for example, for that last Tuesday, you can grind these challenges, and once you complete the challenges, you do get an equal chance pack. So maybe pull Sean Kemp, maybe pull Mike Conley, maybe pull John Stockton, maybe you pull Rick Smith, but it's a 25% chance to pull those cards. That would be a lot better in my opinion, and it's something that 2K could do that is very, very simple. So I think Tuesday content has to be better, whether it's that, whether it's something else for giving us free grinds and stuff to do every single Tuesday, not for a 5-week long grind just to get a 100 overall pack after the 5 weeks. That can happen as well as what I was talking about, but that cannot be the main Tuesday content. So I think Tuesday content was one of the worst things about Season 7, definitely not as good as the events and other stuff that has happened in Season 7. I'll say another bad thing about Season 7 is the Showdown. I mean, Showdown rewards have to be better. Have to be. If I'm getting 120 wins today, because 120 wins is an insane amount in June to be playing this game, and the game gets very competitive and sweaty once you get up into the higher tiers and you're trying to go for these 120 wins, you will grind to 120 wins, and as of right now, the best guaranteed card you are getting in the end of June is a Dark Matter card that are 15,000 MT on the auction house, and maybe there's 10 good Dark Matters in this game that will actually play on your squad that you could pull from those packs. So that is absolutely horrible. I mean, this should have been an at least 100 overall pack, but honestly, for 120 wins going into the next season, that should be a GOAT pack. If you grind out 120 wins in July, you deserve a GOAT pack, and you deserve a 100 overall option pack, you deserve an invincible option pack, because let's be honest, by the time you get to 120 wins, it is going to be at least the middle of July. This has to be better. Showdown rewards are absolutely awful, and it really sucks, because for me and somebody that enjoys playing this game online, to me, that's my biggest gripe about my team recently, because I can build a fun squad, right? I can build a fun no money spent team. I really like this no money spent squad, but what am I playing for? If you go back to 2K22 or 2K21 or 2K20, where there was a 12-0 system, where there was, you know, a Showdown system that was after the 12-0 grind. I mean, 2K22 Unlimited system was one of my favorite systems that they've ever done, right? You start in like the gold tier, you work your way up to, I think it was the Dark Matter tier, and you had to go 12-4. Once you went 12-4, you got the card. Everybody will remember 12-0 was season 1. You had to go 12-0 for Dark Matter, or was it? No, it was Pink Diamond at the time, right? It was Pink Diamond Wilt Chamberlain. Season 2, I think it was 12-4 for Pink Diamond Gary Payton, and there were some really good cards that season as the Showdown card. And that's something else I want to talk about. When and why did they get rid of game mode cards? Like, yes, I understand that we can make these packs better, we can make these invincible packs and GOAT packs and whatever, but why do we not have cards to grind for? 120 wins. Why can for the new season it not be a GOAT card or a really good invincible? Why for this season it couldn't be a really good 100 overall card at 120 wins? 60 wins is a good Dark Matter, and 15 wins is a solid Galaxy Opal. Why can't they do that? And maybe throw in some packs as well, throw in some MT, throw in some boxes as well, right? For 120 wins, give us better rewards when it comes for the packs, but also throw in a good player. It's fun, it's something to grind for, it's free, and it gives you purpose to actually grind this game. If they put a next season a invincible Danny Ferry who can play point guard as an invincible, and he was like one of the best point guards in the game, top 5-ish point guard, and he was really, really good, I would be like excited and actually have a purpose to load up this game and want to play Showdown with my team that I've built. But right now, why would I have any reason to go into Showdown and get to 120 wins? There is absolutely no reason. I'm not going to pull a player that can play for my team. I'm going to make very little amounts of MT for 120 wins of my time, which is very hard to do. I've only gotten 33 here on the no money spent, and it's just not worth it whatsoever. And then you talk about 200 wins in Showdown gets you 10 legend badges, which who cares about at this stage in the game, and 100 overall pack, not even an option pack, not an invincible player. You can play 200 wins of Showdown and get 100 overall John Stockton, pull mid Dark Matters and pull nothing out of your boxes, and just get a guaranteed Franz Wagner. That is it for 200 wins in Showdown. If you played 200 wins in 2K22 Myteam and Showdown, you would get tons of MT with those Hall of Fame badges, those diamond contracts. I want to say it was still diamond contracts in the game. I mean, it was so much better, and it actually gave you a game mode card to grind for. I mean, we can remember, even I think it was 2K23, but you know, remember, well, Purvis Elson and Mike Bantam and those cards were RNG, but like I can remember, what was the guy's name? Not Kermit Washington. It was a card that's Cincinnati's pal, right? I remember that card. I remember some clutch time cards that were really good, and there was actual fun cards to grind for in these game modes. So that's something to me that definitely has to come back in 2K26, and I know they're not just going to do it next season, but that would definitely be something on my wish list for season 8. But that's something that would make this game a lot more fun and enjoyable to play, because the festivals are great, right? And that's what I'm saying. Have these festivals in the game. 2-week events are really, really good if they do them properly, like the NBA Draft Festival. They have just given out 1.3 million MT for completely free, or like I said, Invincible Ralph Sampson for free. They have given out so many pieces to be able to earn so many good cards and so much good packs and stuff in the festival exchanges. 2K has done a great job with these past 2 festivals. That has been the biggest plus and positive when it comes to season 7, has been these festivals. They have been amazing, good cards, good ways to make MT, super fun stuff, right? Enjoyable content to grind, giving challenges every single day. This is awesome. This is something that should be a side event. This should be not the main focus of Myteam, which it is right now, is these festival events. If they had game mode rewards, if they had spotlight sims, if there was stuff to do other than the events, giving out, you know, I mean, what happened to 2K23 with Evos? What happened to Evos? What happened to dynamic duos every single Thursday? If you guys remember back in, I want to say it was 2K22 or 2K23, they had a set schedule where it was like every Wednesday we would get these Evos, and it was older cards in the game that would get evoed up and make them a lot better and make them more usable, right? Like for example, Dark Matter Kevin Durant would get an Evo, and now he's like his 100 overall card. So if you had his Dark Matter, now you get his 100 overall. And then I think it was like Thursday, they had these dynamics, like they had content every single day, and they had daily player content as well. If you remember back to Dark Matter Richard Jefferson, the zero gravity grind or whatever it was, started at gold cards with I think Tyronn Lue, and then it went up to Dark Matter Richard Jefferson, who was one of the best cards in the game at the time he dropped. There was also those Dark Matter All-Star spotlights that locked in for a really good card, I remember, at the end of the year, and that was good daily free content. So there needs to be daily free content for cards, not event pieces. Event pieces can be in the game as well. I like the fact that there was, you know, daily event stuff for the Festival of Champions. This was great. And then obviously what Myteam has done this past week for the draft festival with the draft offensive prep, the draft defensive prep, and these historic NBA draft classes, obviously this is very good. But give us daily content for players and stuff in the game that isn't event pieces, because what this game mode is turning into is an event pieces simulator. And to us Myteam players that enjoyed this game for the cards, we want to see daily content with cards to be able to obtain. So for example, even during an event, maybe drop cards instead of event pieces. So on the first day it's for a amethyst player, and then by the end of it, it can be players, for example, that went first overall. Like I'm sure there's a lot more first overall picks they could put, or maybe they do second overall picks or whatever you want to call it, right? Maybe they start with second round players and they work their way up to number 1 overall picks, and then at the end of it we get like an invincible Cade for free, right? Something like that. They can work in player cards with these events as well. So I want to see daily content, I want to see game mode rewards, I want to see cards actually being able to obtain, not just packs that are RNG like in each game mode. That is horrible and one of the worst things that has ever happened in Myteam. There has been good things about season 7, but there's also been bad things about season 7. If I had to give it a ranking out of 10 to close off this video, and I know this turned into sort of a rant, but it's just giving my opinions and what I like about season 7, what I like about 2K right now, but also what I dislike and what I need to see changed and what I want to see changed when it comes to Myteam. If I had to give this season a rating out of 10, I think it's a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 when it comes to 2K25. Now, if you compare this season to season 7 of 2K23 or season 7 to 2K22, it's probably like a 4 out of 10, right? In the grand scheme of Myteam, is it a good season? No. Is it a good season compared to 2K25 and 2K24? Absolutely yes. It is a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. A very good season for what we've been seeing recently, but again, we need to higher our expectations and we need to higher our standards when it comes to Myteam and not just settle for some garbage, because that's what we've been dealing with this entire year. So I hope if there's anybody from Myteam watching, please can you take some of my advice? And I know people from Myteam probably don't watch my stuff. I have had some people in my DMs, and I know there is probably people out here that watch my content that work at 2K and have some sort of connections. If you could reach out to me on Twitter or if you could just take someone's advice that is helping you guys out with the Myteam space. We want to see changes. We want this game mode to be better, and it is very easy and simple to be able to put good free content in this game, while also being able to still fill your pockets, make your money. I understand 2K is a business and a company, and their goal is to make money. You can do that, keep these events going. You're still going to make a lot of money, but just put good free content in the game daily, put game mode cards back, and that's all I'm asking for. It will make this game 10 times better. And yeah, that's my review on season 7. Let me know your guys' rankings down below on season 7, what I've been talking about in the grand scheme of my team, what you guys want to see next year, what would you guys want to see in season 8. Let me know all of your opinions down below, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.